I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Well, if they're not dependent, then they're independent, meaning they are self-existent.
Right.
So
Okay.
you believe in 99 self-existing powers?
Yes.
Oh, so you're a polytheist?
No, I believe in the law and all his attributes.
Well, you just said there's 99 self-existing attributes, so they don't require any other thing to exist. That's what self-existing is. They're independent. If they're not dependent, then they're independent, right?
Yes.
Okay, so then you believe in 99 gods. So how are you a monotheist?
I don't believe that they depend on the law. I mean,
they're
Allah don't
independent.
depend on his attributes.
So they're independent. That means they exist on their own.
Allah don't need his attributes.
Okay.
Hi, welcome back to Religious Insights on this episode of our usual debate with Godlogic. On today's episode, Sam Shimon, Dyer, and Godlogic debate two Venezuelan Muslims as they struggle to defend their faith. Let's watch this video for more amazing details.
But anyway, Jay wants to ask you questions about Tawheed. Jay, go ahead. Help my friend.
Wait, because I want to catch up on the last word you say. To be honest, I want it to be conversation and discussion, not argument.
No, you don't want to. Let me tell people our history.
No. Look. When I'm talking, please listen to me to the end. Don't interrupt me, and let's enjoy this.
No, Islam defender. Can I explain
You
to
blocked
people our
me
history?
for 4 years, Sam. You
Can
blocked
I
me for
explain
4
our
years.
history of Islam, Yahya, or no? So people know why
No, you don't have to explain history. Let's start with talking about the Ruh. And let the Quran answer the question about the Ruh.
Right. Give it to me.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Surah Ash-Shura 42:52. He said, وَكَذَلِكَ أَوْحَيْنَا إِلَيْكَ رُوحًا مِنْ أَمْرِنَا مَا كُنْتَ تَدْرِي مَا الْكِتَابُ وَلَا الْإِيمَانُ ولكن جعلناه نورا نهدي به من نشاء من عبادنا. And thus we have revealed a spirit from our command, yet you did not know the book nor the face, but we make it a light.
What's my question, Islam defender, about the spirit? Let's see if you even know what my question was. What was my question?
Here we are. We start. I'm gonna look. Depending on
Islam defender. What was my question about the Ruh? Hey,
Ruh regarding that he is a Ruh Allah, but you put it Ruh Allah, but not Ruh min Allah, a spirit of God, not a spirit of God.
Islam defender.
Please.
Hold on. Yeah. You gotta let Sam get in, man, because you've been going on a minute.
Defender, let me now do janazah on you. No. If you heard what I said,
I'm still young, 61 years old. I want to live more. I don't want janazah now. Please,
okay,
I want to enjoy my wife.
I don't want you to feel like that.
Wait. I want to enjoy my wife.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming, man.
Yeah, go kiss the black stone. Waste my time. For you guys, if you guys don't know the history, I debated this guy. He manifested in the debate. He blasphemed Jesus, and I obliterated him, annihilated him, made his prophet cry from hell. You can go watch the debate on my YouTube channel. We were having a debate. He insulted, blasphemed Jesus, and I said the gloves are off. I made his prophet cry from the pit of hell. And by the way, I don't know if you were there. He was actually, I think, in the video, and to his credit, by the way, I believe he was in the video, or he was there when I believe Hatun, guys, fact check me, either got slapped, I think he was there. Not that he condoned it. To his credit, he didn't condone it. But he was there, the background in speaker's corner. But go ahead.
That was just a nice little, that was for me. That was for me, my gift to you, Sam.
Yeah, they don't listen. Misrepresented argument.
Loved it.
So the guy's married to a Catholic woman, poor woman. What did she do to herself?
Wow. May the Lord continue to help her. All right, we got a super chat from Manny. He says, hey, ChatGPT, how do you follow Jesus Christ when you know nothing about Jesus Christ? How does that work? Be a Muslim. Easy. Easy as pie. And we also got a shout out for AP. Where you at, AP? We got Yahya in the building, man. AP ain't nowhere to be found. All right, so let's go ahead and actually, got a question for you, Jay, here. Is Jay familiar with John of Damascus and him dealing with Islam? I'm sure he is. And can he say something short about it? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, that came up earlier in the debate. At the very beginning, we discussed St. John Damascus' writings on this. And yeah, I mean, I think overall he was vindicated in modern scholarship in terms of his thesis on where it came from. The story is that he was the scribe to, one of the early caliphs. So he knew it pretty directly. He said it was influenced by Arianism and Nestorianism. That's been vindicated by modern academic scholarship. The Oxford Handbook to Islam vindicates that. But I think probably, after his time, Islam evolved into different traditions, different schools, or, Aqidah. So it's very valuable, and he's right about the basics. But I think in order to, really address Islam in terms of apologetics, we need more than just the early St. John of Damascus era.
Awesome. Thanks for that, Jay. We got a super chat from Andrew. Love you, Avery, and I love your work. Thank you for reigniting the flame that fuels my love for Christ. Amen. Glory to God. My question for you: is there any significance to singing "Trash in the Camp" from Tarzan? Yeah, there's usually when I sing that little melody, that's usually when the Muslims are searching for something. They make a claim. I ask them to prove it, and they're taking forever to prove it. So that's the little intermission song that I sing to pass the time. Yeah, so it's just a little funny thing there.
One thing I'd like to add before we go to the next guy is that, whenever we hear this argument, I know you guys know this, but for the people in the audience, when you hear this argument that, the Bible's corrupted, in the mind of the Muslim, I think most of the time they're thinking that, it's going to be this verse over here or that verse over there. When you really know the Bible really well, for example, to say that the Old Testament, when it demonstrates a triad or it demonstrates theophanies, which prove the deity of Christ or whatever, like they're not understanding that this would be a vast corruption all throughout the Old Testament. Yeah. This would be a vast corruption throughout the Psalms, which predict the coming of the Messiah as Christ. I mean, in other words, you're really admitting like corruption everywhere. And they don't usually think about that scale or that scope of corruption. They're thinking that, there's one verse that they use to prove the deity of Christ in John somewhere. No. The whole gospel's corrupted. It's vast. So now you're admitting that the prior revelation in mass is corrupted, which really, again, undoes the whole argument.
Yep, exactly. That's good. All right, guys, before we bring this next guest up, I think I need to say for us to make sure we're hitting the like button. We got Sam Shimon in the house. We got Jay Dyer in the house cooking. Guys, let's make sure we get the likes up. We got
you got over 4,500.
Exactly. We got
the record, Jay. They love your good luck, Jay. Shoot.
We got almost 5,000 people watching, guys. So everybody that's watching from Sam's channel, everybody watching here, everybody smash the like button. If you're watching on Godlogic's channel, let's get the likes up to 4,000 likes. We got, guys, 4,200 people watching. Only 2.3K likes. Let's get the likes up to 4,000 likes, man. Come on. This is you guys' way to support the stream, all right? Yeah. So let's do it. Same thing with if you're watching on Sam's channel. Get the likes up. Let's get the likes up to 1,000 likes. All right? All right, so let's bring it up.
We got Javery taking off, getting 10,000, making money, and me and Jay are panhandling to make it a ministry. Shoot.
Exactly. These are my paid informants here. All right. Let's go. So Omar, you're on the stage. Welcome, Omar. Can you explain to us how Tawheed makes sense? Omar Nasser, sorry. Omar, I saw you unmute your mic, man. If you're playing games, man, I'm about to kick you off. Going once, going twice, gone. All right. Let's see here. We got Pablo. How you doing, Pablo? Are you a Muslim?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Oh, I think I remember. You came on a few days ago, right?
Naam. Yes.
Why don't you just speak English?
Yes. Listen, I give you the likes. Sam might get a like. Depends on how you act.
Depends on how Sam acts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel it. Depends on how he acts. You'll hit that like button.
Yeah.
Right.
But I got a question.
Wait. Our question first is, since you're a Muslim, you follow Tawheed, right?
Khan and Sunnah.
Yeah, you believe that Tawheed is a. What did you say?
Quran
and Sunnah.
Big kahuna.
Yeah. Do you hold to the theological belief in Tawheed in Islam?
The oneness?
Yeah, the oneness and unification of Allah and His attributes.
Yes.
Okay, and you believe that that's true and it's coherent.
Yes, I love the Tawheed. Tawheed teaches me how Allah is one.
Mm-hmm.
He is never begotten, or never was begotten, and he is the creator of everything.
Okay, nice. All right, Jay, did you want to comment on that?
Sure.
Does he have 99 attributes?
Allah, yeah, he has. He has many attributes, sir.
Do they depend upon one another? Is there an interdependence relationship?
Is Allah dependent on his attributes?
Do the attributes have a dependence relationship amongst one another?
No, I'll say no.
Oh, so they're not really distinct. Is he just one and he appears to be having 99 attributes?
Allah is one, and his attributes do not. His attributes are not dependent.
So they self-exist?
Do they self-exist?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Well, if they're not dependent, then they're independent, meaning they are self-existent.
Right.
So
Okay.
you believe in 99 self-existing powers?
Yes.
Oh, so you're a polytheist?
No, I believe in the law and all his attributes.
Well, you just said there's 99 self-existing attributes, so they don't require any other thing to exist. That's what self-existing means. They're independent. If they're not dependent, then they're independent, right?
Yes.
Okay, so then you believe in 99 gods. So how are you a monotheist?
I don't believe that they depend on the law. I mean,
they're
Allah don't
independent.
depend on his attributes.
So they're independent. That means they exist on their own.
Allah don't need his attributes.
He doesn't need his attributes?
No.
So then they're not. So he has changeable attributes that come and go. All his knowledge comes and goes. He loses it. He throws it away.
No. His knowledge and his attributes, they're two different things.
Knowledge is not one of the attributes.
All knowledge, all knowing is one of his attributes.
Okay. I mean, that's okay. I mean, like 5 contradictions in a row. I don't know where to go. I mean, either they're dependent or they're independent. If they're independent, then you have 99 gods.
No, there's one God. He has many names. He goes by many names.
But you said they're all independent. So they don't need Allah. And they don't need each other.
No, Allah don't need them. Allah don't need his attributes.
They were independent, not Allah.
You know, let's bring up somebody that maybe can help him out. Armando, what's up, man? You think you can help?
Oh my goodness, man.
Armando, what comes out of it?
This is painful. How you doing, guys? Hey, what's poppin'?
What kind of name is Armando? What nationality are you, Armando?
Nice to meet you. Hello, Avery again. We had from last time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What kind of nationality are Armando? That name Armando. What are you?
I'm from Venezuela, but I'm Muslim.
Were you born Muslim or you converted?
Born Muslim, yeah.
Oh, okay, because the name Armando, I'm sorry, I just got thrown off.
Also, I want to say to the comment in private chat.
No, forget the comment. Forget the comments. Forget the private chats. Focus on the discussion.
Before you ask me some, Pablo, are you Pablo? You converted to Islam?
Yes, I was raised Catholic.
Yeah. So how long you been Muslim, Pablo?
couple months.
Okay, well, what I need you to do, even when we're done here, reach out to me on Skype when you're done, because when we get a chance, I want you to talk to me one-on-one when you get a chance, all right? So here's my Skype name. You got it?
That's right there. Let me take a picture.
You see it?
Yeah, I got it. I snapped it.
Contact me on Skype later, because we can't just focus on you, and I want to talk to you about why you became Muslim, because you seem like a respectful chap, and if you're respectful, we can be respectful. But stick around, don't leave. So go ahead. I just want to make sure. Go ahead.
All right, so you heard what you was hearing was painful. So I'm allow you, Armando, to help your brother out, help Pablo out a little bit where you think it was painful. What do you what mistakes did you hear? Where do you think he could do better?
Allah's attributes, like, they come from their name, right? So he has many names, but in Islam, Allah's attributes are not independent or separate from his essence. Like, they're not independent, like each name of Allah is independent on its own. Like it's not like 99 names or 99 gods. Like, we don't see it that way.
Yeah, I understand that you don't have that position, but you have to give some account for in what sense they're many and what sense they're different. And your own history has tried to do this. You had fights and battles over this in the first few centuries. So I'm always curious to hear how you guys give an account for the multiplicity.
Right. So
are the names really different, or are they identical?
No, like, for example, Allah's attributes, like, for example, his names like knowledge in Arabic, or power, mercy, and such, like, they are not independent on their own. Like, they're not separate from his essence. But for example, like, when they say Allah is Alameen, all knowing, right? His knowledge is not separate, an entity. Like, his knowledge is not an entity on its own. It's simply one of the perfect aspects of his essence. Like, we don't consider his attributes like an independent person.
So you think the attributes are the essence? Because actually most
are part of his essence, yeah.
So Allah has parts?
What do you mean?
You just said part of his essence.
No. Those are like,
no, that's what you said.
Those belong to his essence, or who he is.
So are they part?
It's not that he has parts, like a finger or a hand.
Are they part whole relationships or not parts?
No, they're not independent. They're who he is.
Said, are they part wholes? You use parts, not me.
Okay, but like, you're taking the word part like mistakenly.
No, you use the word part, not me.
Right, but like, what I mean is that it's not like parts, like different parts of a body. It's just like the attributes of Allah are who he is. Like that describes who he is.
So, but wait a minute, most Muslims, are you a Shia?
No, I'm Sunni.
But so every Sunni I've ever heard of,
even Avery shakes his head.
Let me, every Sunni I've ever heard of believes that there's really a distinction between Allah and his attributes. You're saying
say that again, sir? Every what?
Every Sunni I've ever debated with believes that there really is a difference between Allah and his attributes, that they're not identical and they're not the same as his essence.
I mean, that's part of his divine essence. It's not like a separate.
Now you're saying parts again. So is it parts wholes or not?
I mean, I say parts, but the way I mean it, like, it's like that's who he is. You're taking me saying parts like he has different parts, like different parts of my body, but no, it's like who he is. It's this.
Armando, come back on camera, man. We need to see your beautiful face, man.
Hold on a second.
By the way, before Jay continue, I just want to curious, because you said you're Sunni, and you said it's not like your body. I just want to make for clarification, because I haven't.
Because I speak Spanish, and then my English is kind of like.
Oh, that's okay. I don't have a problem in English. I just want to know though.
Good English.
Pablo,
yes.
I love you, man. Don't forget to contact me. Now, though you say you're Sunni, do you believe what the Salaf Salih believe, that Allah's foot, his shin, unlike anything in creation, but he does have a foot and a shin?
Yeah, but not like mine or yours.
Yeah, Pablo, I know that, man. I know you're Salafi. Before we talk, I want to know his position, because he just told Jay, Allah doesn't have parts like me. I have parts of my body, but I want to know if he's a Salafi. Does he believe Allah has hands? But you don't make ta'wil. You don't say, oh, hand means power. No, he has hands, but unlike anything creation. Is that what you believe?
No. Like, when I say, like, the attributes of Allah are part of Him. I'm not saying part of Him like different parts of a body. Like
No, I know that. I want to
Yeah.
know what you believe about Allah's foot and shin and hands and eyes. Do you believe He has actual eyes, unlike anything?
No, He
Actual
sees
eyes?
without the sense of like in the Quran. Like if you translate it to English, it's like He has the knowledge. Like He has the power of seeing without eyes. Like He can hear
Okay, then
without
you're
ears.
not Salafi. You disagree with Pablo because you are then Ashari, Maturidi, because Pablo says no, Allah has a foot unlike anything creation. You said no. And you're both Sunni. So now, Pablo, let me ask him something. You just said, because you're Salafi, Allah has an actual foot unlike your foot, right?
Yeah.
And He has hands unlike your hands, right?
Yes.
But he said, and he's Sunni, saying, no, hands means power. So which of you are right about this?
Hands means power, Sam, you said?
That's what he said.
Hmm?
You just said, Armando, you said, in Arabic, the hands, we would say power. So does he have actual hands or no?
When did I say in Arabic it means power?
You just said 2 minutes ago that when I'm reading Arabic, hands, when we say it, we mean power. Don't let the rewind that clip, but okay. Do you believe Allah has hands, yes or no?
No.
Okay, then why argue with me? So Pablo, does
Yeah.
Allah have actual hands?
I don't know about it said hands. I know He has a hand.
Okay, a hand. But the hadith says He has two right hands. But does He have an actual hand that's unlike anything?
Right. Yes, sir.
But here Armando says no, He doesn't have a hand. But you're both Sunnis.
And historically, they call each other idolaters, by the way.
Really?
Go ahead, Jay, you can take it from there now. Go ahead.
No, I mean, this is exactly the point, was to point out that you guys don't actually have a coherent conception of Tawheed. You don't even know whether there's body parts or not. You have this
Wait,
basic-
Jay, you mean to tell me?
Yeah,
that
but like,
within
no,
Islam,
no.
hold on, Armando, because I need a clarification. Jay, you mean to
Okay,
tell me
okay.
that within Islam, within Sunni Islam, they're not even united on the most basic, the most simple,
Very
the most
good, very
coherent concept of God, which is His oneness and uniqueness? They're not. They don't just have one single belief on that.
I thought it was simple, right? It was supposed to
Right.
be simple, and it was supposed to be clear and simple, but yeah.
Good Tom. Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, okay, but
No, so
y'all
okay,
making
okay,
it
no.
y'all making it difficult.
No, Pablo, no.
You
Hold
guys
on.
are making
It's not
difficult. You're
difficult.
I'm
arguing.
talking about y'all. This is y'all's disagreement. So what do you
No, but I didn't hear the man say
It's happening.
that Arabic
happening.
hands means power. I didn't even hear the
No,
man
but
say
he
that.
just
That's
said,
what they believe.
Pablo, he just said Allah doesn't have a hand. You said He does, unlike anything
No,
created.
okay. So in Islam, the question of whether Allah has a hand, like, is approached differently. It's like in a metaphorical understanding.
No.
It's not like in a
No, it's
literal.
not. Not his position.
No.
It's not
The
a literal
Salafi-
hand.
Okay,
Yes,
let me ask
Salafi.
a question, please.
Okay, let me just make a
Let's be
clarification.
fair to Pablo. Let's be
Let
fair
me
to
make
Pablo.
a clarification. The Salafi, like Muslim metaphysician, will tell you Allah has hands. It's more than one because of chapter 38, verse 75 of the Quran, but we put that aside. He has a foot, he has a chin. He debated Jay. Go watch the debate. He says it, yes. But he says they're unlike anything. You, Armando, are saying, no, he doesn't have a hand. The Salafis say he has a hand. It's unlike any hand. You're saying, no, he doesn't have a hand. You're not saying the same thing.
Yeah, but like, can I ask a question? Like, hey, Pablo, how long you been a Muslim?
About I say about, let me see, October 12th.
Okay, so
No, I
why
think you
why
meant,
are we putting
I
pressure on
think you meant
Pablo?
October 31st. Didn't you become Muslim on Halloween?
Oh, come on.
Go ahead.
No, come on, man. No, okay. No, don't do that to Pablo. Okay, so like when we say hands and stuff like that about Allah, is in a metaphorical perspective, not like in a literal. Because in Islam, in Quran,
Armando, you are the one putting him down. No, you're saying all Muslims agree with you. They don't. I just mentioned there are Muslims like Sheikh Asim al-Hakim, the Abu Amina Bilal Phillips, even Muslim metaphysician, they take Pablo's position. See, when you ask him how long you're Muslim, see, you're trying to say, oh, you just came to Islam, you don't know.
No, I'm not
Pablo,
saying that. No.
okay, but do you want to now agree so we can get to the next point?
Okay.
You have in Sunni Islam, you have people that say these are the sifat, the attributes of Allah. He has a hand. Even Sheikh Uthman, he says it. He has a hand, he has a foot, he has a shin. We don't say it's metaphorical, but it's unlike any integration. They don't take your position, Armando. So you keep thinking all Sunnis agree with you. They don't.
I'm not saying all Sunnis agree with me.
Okay, but which of you is right?
I mean, my view is according to what I read in the Quran. And then when I ask to my sheikh and when I go to the mosque and I ask questions, because I cannot sit here and be like, oh, I'm a scholar. Of course, but when I read and I have questions, I ask, and this is what I've been educated.
So
Okay,
when I read Sunni texts that say that the anthropomorphists are heretics and committing shirk, which one's right?
Can you repeat that question?
Go ahead.
When I read Sunni scholars that say that anthropomorphists are idolaters and committing shirk, which one's right?
Anthropomorphists. I'm not
What
familiar
he
with
means
this.
is the Salaf who say
The Salafists
that
say that
Allah
they're
has hands and foot, but they're not metaphorical. Your group, the Ash'ari, the Maturidi, say they are heretics.
He keeps saying my group. I don't have a group. Okay, so
He doesn't know.
So
He doesn't know.
within Islam you have Aqidah schools. It's not something
Right.
we're making up.
right. So when I read like God has hands or he has judgment or whatever, I don't see it as like human understanding of like hands. Like
That's not the argument, Pablo. Armando. No. Let me repeat the argument one more time.
okay.
Okay. No one is saying that the Salafis believe Allah's hand is like a human hand. No.
Okay.
They say he has a hand, unlike any hand, but he has a hand. Do you accept that position?
I don't necessarily support that, no.
Okay, but then I have a question for you. Okay. If you're telling me the hands of Allah means power, his power, right?
No, I didn't say that.
Okay, then what does it mean when it says Allah has hands for the love of Islam? Okay, what does it mean?
But you're saying that I say hands means power. Yeah, I'm just
What does
saying
it
like
mean when
whenever
it
I
says
see an
hands of Allah?
attribute, like I don't see it in a way that we humans see it. Like in Islam, it's very clear. It's very basic context of Islam.
Yeah, so clear that you're contradicting yourself. You just told me that you say it's metaphorical, and I tell you,
yeah, it's metaphorical. It's not like
okay, so
literal.
there we go. So what does the hand mean if it's a metaphor?
It can mean different things according to the context of the chapter.
Okay, give me some definitions of hand.
Man, I have to go to the Quran.
What Quran, buddy? The Quran, if it says Allah has a hand, his hand is over you. What does that mean? His hand's over your hand.
Over you is like it can mean like protection, like he can protect you.
Okay, when it says Allah created Adam with his hands.
With his power, maybe with like.
Oh, but you just told me that hands doesn't mean power.
Yeah, because I never mentioned it until now.
You did mention it.
When did I mention it?
You mentioned it before we start diving deep into this, bro.
Can you share my screen for a second? Yeah. I'm sorry, Jay. Then you can continue. I just want to have him answer this. You got my screen up? Because my page is up.
Hold on 1 second.
You watch it.
There you go.
If you're telling me that Allah's hands means his power, when it says Allah created Adam with his hands.
It could be understood that way.
Okay, well, in this context, you told me when Allah created Adam with his hands, it means his power. Okay. Here, Allah's telling Iblis, "Oh, Iblis, what prevents you from prostrating thyself to one whom I've created with my hands?" So here, when he tells Iblis, "I created Adam with my hands," what does hands mean here?
Where?
Chapter 38 of the Quran, verses 71, 75. Here, right, I'm going to highlight it. Right here. Oh, Iblis.
Oh, Iblis, what prevents thee from prostrating thyself to one whom I have created with my hands?
What does hands mean here?
So it does say hands.
This verse speak about like the hand of Allah, but in a context
Creating
of
Adam. What does it mean he created him with his hands?
Formed them?
I want Armando's position. I want to see. What does it mean he created with his hands?
Like instead, it's like I see it as like Allah absolute power and control over
Okay, so
action.
he created Adam with his power, right?
Right, right.
But did he create Iblis with his power?
Yeah.
So then what's the difference between Iblis's creation and Adam? Because understand the argument. Allah told the angels, bow down to Adam. Iblis said no. And Iblis, he tells Iblis, why didn't you bow down to the one I created my hands? But hold on. If Iblis was created by Allah's hands, then what kind of argument is this? Allah saying, look, I honored Adam. I created him with my hands. You should bow to him. But then Iblis could have said, but you created me with your hands too. So how can hands mean power? Because that means even Satan was created by Allah's hands.
In the Quran, there is no mention of Iblis being created specifically with Allah's hands, like in that term.
Yes. And if you read the Sunni narrations or the scholars, they'll say, Allah distinguished few things with his hand. He wrote the Torah with his hand. He created Adam with his hand, right? So here,
where in the Quran says that Iblis was created?
No, not the Quran. I said the Sunni ahadith.
Yeah, in the teachings of Sunni, but I go by Quran.
I love
So
Sam.
let me make it simple so Jay can take over. Okay, let me make it simple. If hands means Allah's power, then how did Allah refute Iblis? Because I want you to see the context here. Iblis, why didn't you bow to Adam, whom I created with my hands? So here he's showing that Adam is worthy of the angels to bow down to him because he created him with his hands. But if hands means power, he created Iblis with his hands. So what's the big deal?
He made him by fire, and I'm earth.
And so he didn't create Iblis with his hands, right, Pablo?
He created I'm made out of fire. You created him out of earth.
But he says,
Right.
I created him with my hands. Did he create Iblis with his hands?
I'm not sure if that means like forming him with his hands. I'm not sure
Whatever.
if he just
He
said.
formed him with his hands.
Okay.
So did
It does say
Allah,
that.
Yeah, it
did
doesn't say
Allah
that.
form Iblis from fire with his hands?
It doesn't say anywhere that created with his
Okay,
hands.
then you guys are not getting the argument. Okay, so if
Your argument is if Allah hands means power, and Allah created Iblis with power, and so He created Adam with the hands. So that's the argument, right?
that's not my argument.
Fire Kun.
The Salafi. The
Fire
Salafi
Kun.
the Salafi say, guys, take it easy, man.
Yeah,
The
take it easy. It's a
Salafi
conversation.
say-
It's not a debate, guys.
The Salafi say, I got this from the Salafi, Sheikh Asim al-Hakim,
Yeah.
and others. They
And
say,
just like Avery, no, I love you. I love you.
I love you too. But I'm just-
Yeah, let's go.
No, okay.
Yeah, Avery
Buddy,
already
why
know I
don't
love him.
I'm going to go talk to Butch because you guys are not listening. Love me to listen.
Okay, sir.
Hey, Butch, these guys love me so much I can't make the point.
Oh, no. Go ahead, Sam. I'm listening to you, bro.
I know you are, bro. That's what I'm saying. But we got to do something on Armando, bro. Shoot. Anyway.
I'm listening.
Okay. The Salafis say if the hands of Allah means his power, Allah created everything by his power, and that means there was no point for Allah to say to Iblis, I created my hands, because Allah also created Iblis with his hands. They say this must mean that Allah created Adam differently from Iblis.
Yes.
That means he created him with his hands, which means actual hands, not power. Because if it's power, Allah created even Iblis with his power, it wouldn't be different. That's their argument. So if it means power, there's no argument that Allah is making, because Allah created Iblis with his hands, Adam with his hands, because it only means power. But
No.
argument here is to show, look, Iblis, I created you, but I created Adam differently. I created with my hands, so it cannot mean power. That's the argument of the Salafis, not my argument. So why are they wrong?
Okay, so we are attributing the meaning of hands according to a context. So, for example, when you see the creation of Iblis, the Satan, whatever, it's not specifically mentioned in the Quran that he was created with God's hands. He was created among the jinns, and he adored Allah according to the story, if I'm not incorrect. He loved Allah so much, he was raised to the angels, but he was made out of smokeless fire. And then Adam alayhi salam, peace and blessings be upon him, he was created out of clay. So when God commanded everybody to bow down to his creation, and so that's how I understand it. But hands in the context means that, just like hands can mean protection, just like hands can be guidance, according to context.
Pablo, do you believe
Yes.
Allah has a hand?
I believe what I read, that he has a hand. He says he has
So
one.
is it a
but it's not
metaphor
like,
for power, or is it a hand?
he said he created stuff by just saying, be kun fayakun, and
Yeah.
so I don't know if he created them like that, or he,
Yeah.
Allahu
But
Akbar.
does Allah have a hand? That's unlike anything.
Kun fayakun means like be and it is.
He knows.
I know what kun fayakun means, buddy, but I'm asking about Pablo. Earlier you said that Allah has a hand. It's unlike anything. So does he have a hand?
Yeah, he says he has it.
Okay, so now you guys debate why he's saying that here hands means power, but you're saying no, Allah has a hand unlike anything. So which one of you should we follow? I want to become Muslim. Should I follow Armando or you?
You should follow your heart. You should follow your iman, your truth.
All right.
Follow your heart, Sam. What does your heart tell you about this?
Well, go ahead, Jay. You can take it from here, brother. Sorry, I just wanted to make the clarification on 38 because this is the argument Salafi, not me. And by the way, Jay, can you confirm these are the arguments Muslim metaphysician used to show Allah has hands in your debate?
Yeah, I mean, I have multiple books by Muslims debating this very issue. So
I appreciate y'all, because I'm going to look into this too.
Contact me on Skype so we go live. I want to talk to you.
Absolutely.
All right, well, I think that's the limit with this, but we're gonna move on. I appreciate Pablo and Armando for coming up. You guys were amazing,
Really?
man.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all for coming out.
welcome.
I'll be here all week.
Oh man, for sure. Thanks for having us, Pablo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I wanted to ask y'all a question, but we already wasted our time on y'all teaching me some stuff.
Contact me on Skype. You can go live with me, ask me questions. That's what I'm saying. Contact me.
I mean, we should add that most of the known popular Muslim defenders believe that Allah actually has a hand.
Yeah.
All of the people that you hear at Muslim Lantern and Sneeko and Hijab, all those guys, Jake, they're of that same school.
Yeah. To my Muslim brother Venezuela.
Hey,
Que viva los Latinos. Que viva los Latinos.
Viva los Latinos, papá. Vámonos.
Viva la Mexico!
There you go. Yes, that's you.
All right, take care.
No, but
guys.
for real, like I just wanted to ask a question. I do have a question.
Now, this is it. I'm moving on to the next guest, Armando.
No, man, come on.
Yeah, man.
Armando,
I got
contact
you,
me on
Sam.
Skype too if you want to talk. You said
I got you, Sam. I got you, brother. I'm going to contact you. I got you.
Peace, guys.
Okay, welcome back, guys. I believe you enjoyed this video. Let us know your views in the comment section. Don't forget to share our videos with your friends, your family. Subscribe if you've not done so. And it is important that you get to know about these things that are being revealed to you, because many Muslims are not even aware that the teaching of the Tawhid in Islam has erased the belief of the oneness of Allah. Because if you believe that the attributes of Allah are His uniqueness and they exist independent of Allah and they are not Allah, and you believe in them, then you are a polytheist. You are not a monotheist. You don't believe in one God. If you believe in the Tawhid and also the attributes of Allah, you don't believe in one God but the 99 gods plus Allah, making it 100. It means that you are no longer a monotheist but a polytheist. You believe in so many other gods aside Allah. Also, they believe that the word of Allah is uncreated and His word is not Him, and He is separate from His word. That means you have two uncreated, and the Quran, taking on the attribute of Allah as uncreated, has made the Quran equal with Allah, therefore making the Quran God. If the Quran takes on the attribute of Allah as uncreated, because the Quran made it clear that Allah is uncreated, so and there is no any other creation on earth that has the attribute of Allah, and no any other thing aside Allah that has its own attribute. So if the Quran has the attribute of Allah as uncreated, it means that the Quran has assumed the position of Allah, making him equal with Allah, therefore making him Allah or making him a god. And to be honest, it was painful watching Pablo destroying himself and Islam. He made the assumption that Allah is separate from his attributes, which means the all-knowing knowledge of Allah comes and goes. Therefore, it is possible for happenings to escape his knowledge without knowing. Maybe the time that the knowledge comes and then it goes, and then something happens when the knowledge is not with Allah, then Allah does not know what happened at the absence of the all-knowing knowledge being absent. So these are little details that exposes their faith and the loopholes in Islam. And the question is, why do they keep saying attribute as separate identity to that to which they apply? A synonym for attribute is characteristics. We all have characteristics. They give information about who we are, about us, about our personality, our qualities and features. These are not separate from us. They are embedded in us. So attribute of Allah cannot be separate from him. Therefore, Christians are correct about the Trinity, and that is exactly what they are trying to avoid. Because if you're saying that the attribute of Allah is embedded in him, they are not separate from him and all that, it means that they have to believe in the concept of the Christian Trinity. So they are being hooked in that point, and there is no going back, and that is how they ended up exposing their religion. So guys, let's know your views about this video in the comment section. Don't forget to share it with your friends and your family, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to like this video as well. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in our next one.